Hi guys. How is everybody? Welcome to Sunday night. If this is your first time, jump on, say hey, let me know you're there. I'm going to be doing some readings tonight. How is everyone? How's your week? David, how are you going? Patricia, Stacy, hi Vian. How are you, sweetheart? Francis, Nana Goon, how you going? Can't believe you had that aura reading. How long ago was that taken? Francis, Paula, how are you? How is everyone? Hi, Ginge, Kim. Everyone's jumping on. I'm good, Vian. Are you well? Carrie? Yeah, slowly. David, I'm going to read for you this week because I promised you from last week, okay? I know, Francis. That would have to be one of my first ever business cards, I think. So that would have to be around about 2007, 2008, something along that line. Yeah, really bizarre stuff. Amelia, how are you? Bec, David. How's everybody's week go? Tiffany, did you get out in the sun? Did anyone get in the sun? I actually got out in the sun today, which was great. What is this crap? You know, like things turn up on your screen. Go away. I'm just waiting for everybody to settle. Marianne, hi Marianne. Whereabouts are you from, Marianne? Oops. Oh my gosh, I've got something pop up on my screen. I can't get rid of it. Go away. Oh, there we go. No, I don't want that. You got out in the sun. Got out in the sun. Got out in the sun when you were walking to work. Okay, so last week we had you're in Victoria. Last week we had Scott Alexander King on the show. How many of you caught that? That was incredible. Hi, Katrina. Everyone say hey. If you're new, let me know so I know that you're new. Lucy. Alex, how are you? Do you know what I've been doing this week, guys? You'll have a good laugh at this. I've been doing my family tree. And yeah, it's really funny because my family sort of always said, you know, don't look down this particular line of the family tree. And now I know why they said never to look down that line of the family tree. I was laughing because I sent the information to my dad and he said maybe drop that branch off. So it was really funny. But yeah, I've been looking at I signed up to a subscription to what's it called, ancestors.com, and I've been looking into my family tree and where it all comes from, and it's so interesting to see like photos of your great grandfather, like fifth great grandfather and stuff like that. It's just like wow. Yeah, so really funny. Hi Alex, your first time? Why am I laughing about my family tree? Oh, I found out there was like convicts. They were like convicts that got sent to Australia. I don't know why yet. I haven't gotten that far. But yeah, there was a few little skeletons in the closet down that lineage. But anyway, we'll keep going, see how far we can get. Has anybody else done their family tree and found something really bizarre or something, you know, a little bit shady? Kim, how are you going? Where are you from? If you're new, let me know where you're from. I'm just shuffling some cards tonight. I've got Animal Dreamings, Divine Wisdom Affirmation cards by Lisa Williams. That's what I'm using tonight. Did anybody catch our show last night? Geordie Janes and myself. David saying you're 7 generations of Scottish on the Watson side, and they were convicts. David, all mine are Irish and Scottish that I've found so far. That's as far as I've gotten. So we wait and see. Anyway, Vian, have you done yours? I actually saw some of your artwork today. It's incredible. Yeah, I know you did, Di. So yeah. Has anybody got any famous people in their family trees? Hi, Stace. My grandfather was best. Oh my God! Really, Ronald Ryan, the last guy that was hung in Victoria, wasn't he? This is my first time from Melbourne, but made contact last week. My family history is far too complicated. It's so interesting when you look back and you go, oh my goodness. And trying to read some of the writing, it's like, what ship were they on and how did they get out here? Not in mine. All right, let me have a look here. David, I'm going to pull you one of Lisa's cards. And we're just going to see where the energy settles. I'm going to go tonight till 9:30, guys. I've had a really big week. So 9:30 is my finish time tonight. David, open your mind to the universe. Embrace the answers that are given. Okay, open your mind to the universe and embrace the answers that are given. So David, I know from just sort of like reading your energy a little bit over the past weeks that you're quite complicated in the mind. You know, you're very hard on yourself. You're very perfectionist in so many ways. And overshadowed with that, of course, is, you know, the depression and that side of things. You know, we're really hard on ourselves, perfectionists. And if we don't get it right, then, you know, we're our worst critics. So I'm just feeling as if where you are at the present time, you're looking at sort of like the bigger picture is what Spirit's saying to me. You're looking at the bigger picture of where you place in your internal universe, but also in your external universe as well. And I'm just feeling as if, you know, you're waiting for answers. But I also want to say, if you actually stop and have a look at yourself, the answers are there, David. I want to work with your hands, okay? So I'm not quite sure whether you've stopped working with your hands or paused, or, you know, you've decided not to go down that path anymore. But I am seeing working with your hands for you. I feel like there's a real creative side, and I feel like the creative side has been blocked somewhat. I just want to open that up, and I want to let that energy flow through, because I feel as if that's where your passion lies. That's where you know, your heart is put into things, if that makes sense. And I don't want you to lose those skills, and I don't want you to doubt the gift that you've been given either. So open your mind to the universe. Embrace the answers that are given, okay? Because you are receiving guidance. It's sometimes you doubt whether you're worth, or you know, something along those lines. But I just want to say, keep going, and keep working, because that's where you fulfill your heart space, and that's where you need to be, if that makes sense. David, I also feel too that what's actually going to happen for you is a lot of transition coming up in the next 18 months. So I feel as if some extra studies coming in as well. And I feel like there's a maturity about what you actually do with your life. It's almost like you're sort of like evolving. I know that humans go from, you know, being a child to an adolescent, from an adolescent to, you know, a younger adult, and then sort of like men fill out in their later years, and suddenly you realize they're a man again, if that makes sense. And I just feel as if, you know, you're broadening your horizons, broadening your shoulders is what Spirit is showing me. And taking on new responsibilities. So I see that in the next 18 months, but I just want to say to you, keep working on yourself, keep working on what you're passionate about, and just trust that, you know, when you can open your mind to the broader picture, you know, what's actually going to come in for you, it is answers that are going to sort of like help you to get where you need to be, if that makes sense. David, I feel like there's more information coming around nursing. It might be specialty nursing or something along those lines, but I'm just feeling as if there's an add-on to what you're already doing, and with that comes broader responsibility and broader shoulders. That's just what Spirit's showing me. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that makes sense for you. And I feel like I'm going to, I just want to wish you well with that one. Guys, when I'm reading, I can see your messages. I'm not ignoring them. Okay. I do go to where I'm drawn to. So if this is your first time on the Banter show, then just understand that, you know, I am going where Spirit is wanting me to go to. I'm not ignoring you. And if you do not happen to get a reading, then you can certainly book in a private one with me at office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com. It's running across the bottom of the screen. That's how you can get in contact with me. My readings are $150 an hour for those of you that are asking. Okay, I just want to show you this. Okay, Jess has written up here, everything that you've just said feels like I need to hear that too. The mental health, the creative block, the study, the need to go back to use my hands, working on passions. I did this today, and wire wrapped a necklace. So guys, if you listen up, there's always a message in every message for every one of you. Okay, always. You can always walk away from a platform, show you the message. It may not be directly aimed at you, but if you relate to it and you can take it, then by all means take it, because it's definitely a message from Spirit that's just whispering in your ear going, hey, this is about you too. So well done, Jess. I'm glad you've put yourself back on path, and you're where you need to be. That's really cool. Carrie, I'm really excited about your reading this week too. So I can't wait for that. And David, you're very welcome. Okay. You're going to do pathology. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it is the little things, isn't it? Okay. How many of you've got children, guys? How many of you got kids that, like, are younger kids that are a little bit spiritual, that are sort of like waking up, fussing about crystals and you know, bits and pieces, and you know, will give you the biggest kick in the bum in regards to spiritualism. They just have this you know, this mindset that will just put you back on path, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to go here for a second. Your son is very spiritual. Awesome. Whoops, wrong one. Hang on. Sorry, I meant Katrina. Katrina, just be aware that there's people all around us all the time. Our loved ones are always with us no matter what. You know, that they're with us, they're around us. They try and communicate with us. They hear us talking to them. So just be aware that, you know, they are near and around us. I feel the person that is trying to reach out to your son is actually a male in spirit. I don't know whether it's an uncle or a her grandfather figure, but I just feel as if that's who's trying to contact him. So yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any more information I can get for you on that one. All right, I'm just going to hold that for a minute. You have an obsidian disc. Ah, Ben, I have an obsidian disc too. So you do know that the obsidian discs were first used by the Mayans as mirrors. And black obsidian is about reflection, about seeing yourself. But it can also be naked into a knife. And so it's also about cutting cutting away what we no longer need. So it's a really good protection tool, and it's also a really good tool for allowing us to see our higher selves and our, to see ourselves in this skin, to get rid of what we no longer need. But yeah, I have one of those too that my shamanic master gave me, and they're beautiful. Julie, how are you? The only reason I'm asking, guys, is because what I'm actually planning on doing coming up in the next couple of months, is a kids show. Okay, so you can bring your kids on, and I'll be using kids cards and just talking about what you can use with your kids and how you can help attune your kids and keep them awake is the word I want to use. Hi, Zoe. How are you? So we just had a big weekend. Where am I going to go? I'm laughing at some of your messages. You mowed Mum's lawns today. Plenty of shady stuff. Okay. Where do I want to go now? I read a message before I wanted to go to. I'm just trying to find out where it is. Kids are so spiritual today. They're really, really, really switched on. The stuff that they tell you, you just stop and think, like, where did they find out? Where did they find out? Oh, where does this message go? What is the best time? Okay, so Paula's put here. What is the best time frame to have a reading from a loved one once they have passed? My answer to that is anytime. Some people will say, they need time to settle. Some people will say 6 months, 12 months, whatever. I'm a big believer that they go straight over. I know people that have had readings, and a loved one or a loved one has come through and they haven't even heard of their passing yet, because the person has turned up and gone, hey, and she's like, you're not supposed to be passed over, and then the phone's rang and she's been told that they've had an accident. So yeah, sometimes they come across really, really quickly, which is incredible. Just shows you that, like, one door opens and the next one closes, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to jump in really quickly, guys. I need to place a Dominic, okay? I need to place a Dominic with somebody, Dom or Dominic, and I feel like he's in spirit, and I have to place a heart attack with this gentleman. I know that he passed from heart-related illness. I feel that he's quite a little bit bellyish is the word I want to put. He's kind of comfy, and I know that he's here somewhere for somebody. So I've got a Dominic in spirit, and he's got a belly on him. He's nice and cuddly. He's got dark hair, kind of lots of it, and I also feel as if he has a heart problem, if that makes sense. So who owns him? Who owns Dominic? Come on, guys. Hey, Kate. Okay, so I've got Dominic. I know that there's a heart-related condition here. He's a little bit overweight. However, I'm not quite sure whether that's related to illness or not, whether it's bloating that I'm actually looking at, or whether it is actually, fat content. Your mum passed on Christmas Day. Shushma, is there a DO connection with your dad? Is his name got a DO in it? Because I'm feeling as if there's a Dominic or a DO connection there. I have to place that, guys, as well. Okay, but I know that this gentleman is definitely with a heart because I can see the scar on his heart, which my guides tell me. I also have to talk about 63, so I don't know whether he was the age of 63 when he passed over. Is your dad's name Donald, Amelia? Because I've got the DO and I thought it was like a Dominic. It sounded like a Dominic, but I'll take the DO off it anyway. So is anybody placing this? I really feel like I've got a Dom or Dominic or something that sounds relative like that as well. I'm also hi Nikki, how are you? Just trying to place it. Is there a message for the youngest son? His grandmother Jody passed from heart attack. 43. Guys, I'm actually doing readings. So at the minute I'm looking for a Dominic. I have to place a Dominic. I feel like there might be a David connection with him as well. So I don't know whether he has a son David or wants to connect to a David. But I feel like I have a Dominic here. I have to connect to the number 63. And I feel like there's a heart condition with this person as well. Okay. So I know that one of you guys has to own him. Just waiting for some more information. I'm also seeing plumbing or a water problem this week, guys. So I don't know whether one of you has had a plumbing problem this week, or whether there's been a burst pipe or something like that in the yard. Can anyone place that? This is what he's given me. He's talking about what he's watching, okay? And I know that there's been a plumbing issue. So I feel like the plumber's been called out. I don't know whether it's a leaking pipe or something like that, but I have to acknowledge that as well. Okay. And I know this sounds really weird, but I have to say the words of vanilla ice cream. All right. I never interpret it for myself. I pass it across just as spirit gives it to me. So I know that I've got a DO, a Dominic. I know there's David connected as well. And I know that there's a heart problem or somebody relative to a heart condition, either living or passing. I'm going to put that one in there. The number 63 is relative, whether it's the age, 1963, the house number 63. I know that's relative. And I also have to acknowledge, too, that there's something with a plumbing problem. So can somebody please place him? Because I know he's somebody's. This person is also connected to a mother who passed away from a stroke, okay? So somebody's mum that passed away from a stroke. Alicia Larkin, you have an Uncle David that's passed and you had a plumbing. Okay, I'm just having a look. Some of you are connecting to some things at the present time. So Alicia has an Uncle David that's passed, and you had a plumbing issue fixed last week. And Jessica's saying something was sudden. My son was conceived 6 months after she passed. A plumbing pipe burst in his father's house. Jess, I don't feel I'm with you. Alicia, possibly. Okay. Let me see what else I can find. This person had, I still feel that I've got a male in spirit, and I have to talk about 1 foot being longer than the other. So I feel as if he would have had a slight limp, for want of a better word. You know, my granddad had a hip replacement, and he had a one leg shorter than the other one. So I know that this gentleman may have had a limp or had a hip replacement as well. Okay, so guys, does that make sense to anybody? I know that he's here for somebody. I know that there's a Dio or a Dominic or a David connected to him. I know that he had heart condition, or he's making reference and connection to a heart condition. I have to place the number 63 with him as well. So he either passed at 63, or he died in 1963, or there's a 63 reference. Maybe you were born in 1963, but I have to place that 63. And I know that there was something to do with plumbing this week. Okay, so I just need you guys to stop and think for a minute. Can you place any of this information? He also had a slight limp, and he had one leg shorter than the other. It was only marginal, but it was enough for him to be that little bit off balanced. Okay, I know that he tinkered with cars also, and there's a connection to the Navy. Okay, because I'm being shown the armed forces, and there's a connection to the Navy. So guys, who can place him? Okay, I know he's there for somebody. He's persistent as well, so I know that somebody owns him, or he owns somebody. He owns somebody. I'm hearing that a Christmas carol, so he may have been born or passed around Christmas time. Die, no worries. I know he's here for somebody. And I feel there's a connection to Christmas time, around Christmas time as well. So he may have passed at Christmas time, or he may have been born at Christmas time, but I feel as if there's an anniversary or something around Christmas time. Okay. Amelia, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. All I know is that his name is like a Dominic or a Dio. It sounds like Dominic. I feel like I may have a son called David, or a connection to a David, whether it's a brother or a son, or there's a connection to a David. There's a connection to Lyndon. David Watson said his father passed from heart condition at Christmas time. David, your father died at Christmas, but his name was Barry. Okay, that's okay. And David, can you place a plumbing issue? Is there been a plumbing issue with you in the last couple of weeks? Okay, guys. Your dad passed on Christmas Day on cancer. Okay, David, I'm not convinced. I'm sorry. I'm not convinced. Anyway, I'm going to keep trying, guys, because he's really persistent. And I know, remember this happened last week, and I was actually able to pass it. So I know that I have to mention the name Dominic and David, okay? I know that there's a heart condition either with somebody living or with the person that's actually passed over. I have to talk about 1963, and I know that there's a plumbing issue, or somebody's placing a plumbing issue, or they may be a plumber, but I have to talk about that. And I also have to talk about something to do with Christmas. Okay, let me see what else I can get for you. Just bear with me. Yeah, it's got to be someone, because they're really persistent. It just like drags on. It's like trying to find out, trying to find a needle in a haystack, essentially. I'm hearing the word Emma or Emily, or an EM, or an an E initial as well. I feel like this is with a female, and I feel like she may be in spirit as well. So this might be somebody who he married, or who he was connected to. or who he is connected to in spirit. So I feel like there's an E initial, so it could be an Emily, Elizabeth, something along those lines. I'm feeling it's a little bit broad. I'd like to be a little bit more closer to the mark on this one, but I'm just feeling as if this woman may have passed with chest issues, and I'm just feeling as if it might be lung cancer or something like that, or an asthma. I'm just feeling as if I can't breathe with this person. Does this make sense to anybody? Come on, guys. Anybody know? Dominic or David with a heart condition, a connection to did you see Alicia Lark in the comments? Scroll up and read it. Uncle David's father worked on the Navy ships. Yeah, I did read that, Jess. Patricia, I feel like I've got a D-O, and I thought it was a Dominic, but I know it's definitely a D-O. The initials are a D-O, and I feel like I'm connected to a David. I have to place a heart problem or a heart condition that's sitting there. I also have to talk about 63. I'm seeing Navy ships as well, so I know that there's a Navy connection there, but there's also a plumbing problem with the person that this reading is for. Sammy Jane. Okay. Sammy, your grandmother was Edna, and you have a plumbing issue at the present time. Can you place a D, like an older gentleman in your family history, like a Dominic or a Donald or a D-O connection there that may have also connected to a David? Can you place that, Sammy? This is going to be one of those long reads, but you know, I've got time, so it's okay. I'm also seeing Legos, guys. So I don't know whether somebody's had an incident with some Legos. A parent's worst nightmare when you stand on the Lego. Uncle David's dad worked on the Navy ships. He himself died of throat cancer. His mother died of basically her heart gave up. Okay, Alicia. Alicia, would it make sense? Can you place a lemon tree in a backyard? I'm being shown a lemon tree in a backyard. Can you place a lemon tree in a backyard? You get it one day or another. You know what I'm like, David? I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm not going to give up that easily. You know, it takes a lot of energy for spirit to come through. And sometimes it just takes that little bit extra when somebody's got information. You know, so it's not. So, Alicia, do you have a lemon tree in your yard, or does David have a lemon tree in his yard? So I've gotten the heart and the chest around the wrong way. Alicia, I feel like I'm with you, okay? I'm just feeling like I want to push, and I want to push towards you as well. I'm seeing ballet as well. I don't know why, but I'm just seeing ballet. So I have to place a ballet. So I don't know whether this person like to watch ballet or connected to ballet or is a ballerina. Don't know. Yeah. So Alicia, you've got a plumbing problem. Okay. Okay, so Alicia, I'm just going to go over it as well. So you've got, no, you don't have a lemon tree. Okay. Hang on. No, I'm confused. Alicia Larkin, do you or your uncle have a lemon tree? I'm being shown a lemon tree. Okay, I have to place a lemon tree, and it's a little bit slow tonight, guys. I'm so sorry, but spirit, you know, they become persistent, and you know, you just keep trying, All right, Alicia, I'm definitely with you. Okay, thank you guys for everybody that's jumped in and said, you know, I think it's me, but I actually think I'm with Alicia. So I got shown the David name very clearly. I got showed the lemon tree very clearly. I got shown the problems with the chest. And also the heart as well. I just got mixed them up with male and female, if that makes sense. And also there's a plumbing issue as well. Does that make sense? So I do feel as if I'm with you, Alicia. But I also have to say that if you can just look back in your family tree, somewhere there's a DO initial or a name. Okay, so I have to place that as well. This gentleman, I really feel like there's a connection to the early 60s or 60. Specifically, I've been given 63. So I want you to hold on to that number, and I want you to just have a look and see where you can actually place it, because, you know, there's a 63 as well. I also get given July as a reference to Alicia, and so I have to place a July connection. And I feel like this July would have either been a birthday or a passing date, So can you place any of this information, any of this further information on top of what we've already placed for you? Janet, hi, how are you going? It's a little bit slow tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. You think he was 63. Okay, I'll get you to hold off on that, because it's really specific. The spirit that I'm working with at the present time is really specific about the information that he's passing across for me. Like, he's adamant there's a connection to 63. He's adamant with the DO or the Dominic, and I've actually written down the name David, so I know it's really important, the name David. I know that there was a connection to a heart condition, and I also feel quite quite tight in my chest, so I know that there's something there with the chest as well. But you've just said there that you know, there's a throat cancer related, which would have brought through the chest there. And I feel like vanilla ice cream too, yeah, as Amelie's written down. You know, there's something in connection there with vanilla ice cream, so he probably liked it or something like that. I feel this person was a very basic type of guy, and I feel like he was a no frills kind of man. I know he liked to work with his hands, and I see a garage with stuff in it, but I feel like he's a bit of a hoarder, and it may have been, you know, a whole heap of stuff that's going there. He's flicking a coin up in the air as well, and Alicia, I feel like I want to bring that coin to you. And it's also like about making choices, you know, like flipping that coin heads or tails. And so I feel as if there's a decision coming up for you, and I just have to say to you, you know, you can go either way with it. There's no wrong or right with this situation, or with the this choice that you have to make, if that makes sense. It really is a flip of the coin, and what's going to be best for you in that moment, if that makes sense. And I also did get that Emma or Emily or that E connection as well, with that female too. I also have to talk about somebody with a bowel related illness, Alicia, and I feel that this is not necessarily cancer, but I almost want to come to like a diverticulitis, or a what's the other one, Crohn's disease, or something along those lines. I feel like there's a bowel problem, and I feel like it's with somebody living. Okay, so I have to place this condition with somebody living. And I also too feel that there's somebody else in spirit with this guy, and I don't know whether it's an uncle, but I feel like stroke is relative, or aneurysm, because I want to go to the brain as well. Guys, I know it's a lot of information that this spirit is really throwing at me, but I think it's really relative to what's going on here, Alicia. So if you can place some of this information, or even write down what's being said, because I know you're going going to go back and talk to family members and then come back to me and go like, this is exactly what's going on. So Alicia, what can you place with your dad? Your daughter's Emma and she does ballet. Dad, his brother. Okay. And your dad has what does he have, Alicia? Problems with his bowels. I feel really warm with this person as well. So I feel as if he was a warm, loving, kind, generous person. You know, I am feeling that he was very embracing, but very stern at the same time. Like he didn't like, you know, he didn't like being spoken down to. He honored respect. And if you respected him, he respected you back. So he is quite, you know, he's quite stern, but quite loving and quite, you know, quite generous as well. So your dad has diverticulitis. Awesome. There you go. See, they know all this sort of stuff. So the message that I want to pass across to you from your uncle is that everything is about timing, Alicia. He's just showing me that you know, you can try and shorten things and skimp things, but at the end of the day, you know, it's not going to get you there any faster. And he's reminding me of you know, people that when you're driving on the road and they fly past you at 150 miles an hour, and then, you know, 3 kilometers down the road there's like a stop sign, a random stop sign, and they, like, you pull up right next to them anyway and they're just stuck in front of you, so they didn't get anywhere any faster. And this is what I'm feeling like. This is the message that I'm wanting to pass across to you, is that sometimes, you know, taking shortcuts are not the best option. And so, Alicia, what I want to say to you is take your time, okay? Take your time, pace yourself, and you will get to where you need to be no matter what, okay? Some people might look like they're flying through life. Other people's are dragging their feet behind. Just pace yourself and go at a comfortable pace, because no matter what, you're going to get there, and you're going to, you know, all of the things that you have and all of the cards that you're wanting to play, they all will be played out. But he's just showing me a watch, and I'm feeling as if, you know, you can't force time, if that makes sense. You know, it's going to happen in its own place. It's going to happen in its own space. Now, I don't know why or how this is referencing also children or childbirth. So I don't know whether you're trying to have kids and it's not happening or something along those lines, but I'm just almost like wanting to push and say it will happen when it's meant to happen. Okay, so I don't know whether that's relative to trying to get pregnant or conceive, but that's what I'm being shown. But also could be referencing the birthing of something new as well. So in divine timing, it will happen. That's the message he's wanting to pass across to you. So I'm going to leave that there, Alicia. And thank you, everybody, for being so patient, because he really was, you know, pushing. He was the slowest driver. Oh my gosh. Like the ones that like fly past at 150 miles out and 150 miles an hour. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to pull another deck of my cards here that I love, the Mystical Wisdom card deck. These are so pretty. Right, let's speed up this banter a little bit, guys. Hey, that took a little bit of effort. Never mind. They all get that. They all get there in the. You know, they all get there in the long run. I can see your messages, guys. Just remember, I go to where I'm drawn to. So please don't think I'm ignoring you if I haven't answered you. And you don't have to write 50 messages one after the other. Okay, that's just. I can see your messages the first time, so please just bear with me, and I will go to where I'm meant to. He was that relaxed. He slept at the red lights. Oh, bless him. Yeah, he did seem kind of like a big, hairy, dark-haired kind of guy, and you know, just loved everything. But yeah, it was just, you know, you'd have to check his pulse sometimes just to see if he actually was awake. Yeah, it was just really funny. And I'm seeing like a big jumper on him as well. Ariana's just entered the building. All right, let me go to. So thank you, Alicia, and all the best to your family. I'm gonna go here. Amelia, I'm gonna draw a card for you. I feel like I'm drawn to you, and just to give you some general guidance on this one, okay? So just take it as general guidance, please. Candy Winter, I can see your messages, so please, you don't have to keep messaging me. I can see, you know, I can see. All right, so just bear with me. You've had your cards read twice by a psychic medium, and she was amazing as well. Yeah. Thanks, babe. You read my mind. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, Amy, you have a cat on your thing. All right, let's have a look here. Potential. All right, here's the card. Isn't that pretty? I love the artwork on these. Think big for your future. Okay, so Amelia, what I actually want to say to you is think big. Okay, if you're gonna do it, you know, think bigger than big, if that makes sense. You know, if you're gonna put your energy into it, you want the best outcome. You want, you know, you don't want half a cake, you want the whole cake. And so I just want to say to you, like, be really specific about what you want and what you're going to do with it. You know, there's no point in saying I just want this because I want to get to that. If you're going to manifest something, you want to put the manifestation into the whole thing. So you want to think big, and you want it to be very vibrant, and you want it to be almost as if you know, you can see it in your mind's eye. You already have it there, and I'm a really big believer that if you want it and you believe in it, then you will get it. Okay. Manifestation is a really strong mindset, and you know, if you put your energy flows where attention goes, and if you put your energy into something, it's going to happen. I will guarantee that. So think big for your future. There's a lot of potential that you have, Amelia, but I do feel as if you doubt yourself. I feel like you question yourself, and I really feel as if you sort of like step back and let other people, you know, push in front of you, if that makes sense. They're showing me like a school tuck shop, where you would have gotten your like lunch and stuff like that. And I feel like you would have stood back and let everybody push in front of you, and eventually you would have got there. But I just want to say to you, you're not going to get seen if you're standing at the back of the line. So whatever it is that you're wanting to do, push your way to the front and be seen. Okay, speak out loud, make noise, make attention, bring attention to you, and go after that dream. Okay, there's so much potential out there for you, but you cannot be at the back of the line. You have to be seen to be noticed, and to be noticed is to, you know, be noisy, put it out there. Sometimes, you know, you guys wouldn't believe it, but I'm actually a really shy person. And you know, like everybody else, you know, you still struggle with self-esteem. And I remember being in high school, and it must have been in year 7 or something like that, and we were in I think it was a home economics class at the time, and we had to write down what we wanted, or what we wanted from the class. And everybody was going around saying what they wanted, and I said, I don't want to be shy anymore. And that was my answer. I don't want to be shy anymore. And what I did was I actually put myself in drama classes, and you know, I actually did 6 years of drama training. And so as a result of that, this is the person I am. Okay, but underneath all of this, I'm actually a very shy person, and exactly the same as what you are, Amy. And so I just want to say, if I can do it, you can do it. You just got to push yourself out there, believe in yourself, believe in your potential, and go for it. That's the message that I'm getting for Spirit. Okay. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you, Amy. Okay. Now, guys, I've got another spirit here, and I feel like it's a lady, and I feel like she's somebody's great aunt or something along the lines of that. But I have to talk about a Claire or a Clara or something like that. A Claire or Clara. Lisa, how are you going? I saw that pool table set up there, babe. Come down with Janie and give it a bash. Who's on new tonight? Who's on new tonight? Tamara's saying howdy. Can anybody place a Claire or a Clara? Yeah, I said Clara. Claire or Clara? I feel like somebody's auntie or old auntie, or I remember my nana's sister, I think, was Clara. I will. I'll bring my clippers and maybe not cut her hair so short. Your great grandmother, Jess. Okay. Was a Clara? Clara. Hi, Gail. How you going? Look at you all new here. Tell me where you're from. Gail, where you from? Your great grandmother, Jessica Kim. Okay, Jess. And do you know much about her? Because I feel like she's come through with that name so like really, really strongly, and I feel like it's Clara or Clara. And I know that she's like Clara. Okay. That's the way. Anyway, it reminds me of my grandmother's sister, and she was an old dear, and she had like a bit of a hunchy back. Yeah, a bit of a hunchy back. Hey, David. And so I feel like that's the sort of energy that I've got with this lady. And I feel like she's a little bit tottery, and she like collected stuff, like dust collectors everywhere. If that makes sense, Jess. And I feel like I kept to myself. I can't see anybody with her at the present time, so I feel as if who she was with may have actually passed before her, because what I'm actually seeing is she's kind of living alone, and sofas and stuff. You know those crocheted rugs that you get, the nana rugs that they sell in. You go into the hospitals and they sell all the nana rugs, the crocheted rugs. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like I've got them hanging over the back of a sofa. Welcome everybody that's new. It's awesome to have you all. I'm just reading for Jess at the minute, and I do have her great grandmother, and it's Claire, I believe. And I'm just bringing some more information through for Jess. Her husband died, and she stayed in her own forever after that. She died. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, Jess. And can you place the crocheted rugs, knitted rugs or crocheted rugs as well? I feel like they were on the lounges. Yeah, the crocheted rugs was on the lounges, and I also too feel like there was an animal with her as well at one time. I don't know whether it's a little dog, a stinky little thing, or whether it was a cat. Yeah. So you know what we're on about then. Hey, Rob the Reader, are you watching? So this is who I've got anyway, Jess. I've got great grandma Clara, and she's rocking the old crocheted blankets across the sofa, and the cupboards have got like little knicky knacks that she's collected over the years. The fine china that's got dust all over it. Yeah. Well, she's got a dog with her now, Jess. It's a little thing, a little stinky thing. And I feel like it was something that was really important. But I also too, I'm a bit tottery on my feet, Jess. I feel like I've got a walking stick or something like that. I've got a walking aid. And I like my lipstick. Even when I was old, I think I liked my lipstick. Because it's all over my face, basically, the way that I'm seeing her. Dear old thing. She's got the most beautiful eyes that I have to place as well. She's rather thin though, okay? So I know that I know that she struggled a little bit towards the end and got a little bit tottery. She's telling me her bones are a bit sore. Okay, so I don't know whether she had the osteoarthritis or there was a bit of a bone problem there. And I also feel too that it would have been sort of like complications to do with old age that passed her over. Okay. She's because she all the time with the lipstick on, Jess. She's so cute. She's got the most gorgeous, you know, just the biggest heart. Jessica is the way that I want to place her. Just the biggest heart, and I've just so much generosity and love the younger kids. I think towards the end she struggled a little bit with all the kids because she gets a little bit testy and she feels really tired. That's what I want to say. She was ready to go when she was ready to go, and I really feel that she passed over with old age as well. I don't know whether her heart gave out eventually, or but there was an essence of being asleep, is what I want to say. Hi, Alessandra. How are you? So anyway, the message that I've got from your great grandmother, Jess, is that there's a lot of transition going on for you at the present time, and she's just wanting to say to you, don't make any big decisions. Okay, hold off on any big decisions for the next couple of months because things are in transition, and what you want now may not be what you want in a couple of months' time. And so she's just saying things are changing. The cogs are turning and things are changing, and she's just saying to you, like, hold off. So if you're wanting to buy a house or something along the lines of that, then just hold off that little while longer. Okay, just hold off that little while longer. Oh my goodness, Jess, you're cracking me up. You got to read this, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but this is Jess's answer to some of the things I'm saying. Smooching me, I thought it was gross. It's really funny because when you get like, you think they're going to eat you. But they just love you so much, and they pinch your cheeks and all that sort of stuff and try and feed you like gross food, and it's probably stale and been in the cupboard for 6 months. But anyway, she's really beautiful, and I'm just feeling as if she's wanting to reach out to you. She's also acknowledging a wedding anniversary as well. So I don't know where the wedding anniversary is, whether it's for you or somebody near and around you, but she's saying happy wedding anniversary. Okay. And I just have to pass that across. So Jess, that's your message from your great grandmother, Clara. And I think that's pretty special. Oh, God love her. She's got gloves. How cute is that? So she would have been rocking the gloves back in the 1920s, and really cool stuff. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. Passing over, I think it was a stroke. Now that I'm feeling into her energy just that little bit more, would have been written off as as old age, but I do feel that she actually may have passed from a stroke. But how beautiful. And yeah, she's so cute. Oh, she lives in her old house. That's so cute. Yeah. What a sweetie. All right, going to leave it there, Jess. Lots of love and smooching from your grandmother. And yeah, she's just really special. Times have changed. She's trying to tell me as she heads off. Times have changed. Life's a little bit more complicated than it used to be. And she's off to have a cup of tea. So there you go. Nothing changes that much. Rob the Reader, hello. Hi, Bec. I think my mom's mother, my grandmother. Okay, guys, this one might be a little bit brutal, but I feel like I've got somebody that hung themselves. Okay, I feel like it's a male that I have to connect to, and I have to talk about a hanging. So I'm just going to put that on the table while I pull a couple of cards, and we'll just see where that leads to. Of course, I have to throw them on the ground first. Wouldn't be a banter unless I threw the cards on the floor, would it? What are you doing, Bugs? Me? Okay, guys, can anybody place a hanging with a younger male? I feel like there's anxiety and depression around this person, and I'm also seeing drugs connected to this person as well. So it's a tragic passing, and I just have to acknowledge that. Okay, it's a tragic passing. I feel like it's a male. I feel like it's he necked himself, and I feel like he went far too soon, if that makes sense, far too soon. So I've got a couple of you saying that you had a family friend hung himself a week after his wedding. Oh, that's tragic. And all right, so we need some information on this, don't we? Hey, didn't think you'd all jump in like that. Okay, so I feel like there would have been drugs involved. And I feel like I did hang myself, though. I feel like I actually did hang myself. Um, and I also I'm feeling as if I'm questioning my sexuality, guys. Okay, so I feel like I'm questioning my sexuality. Um, all right, Carrie. Carrie. I'm drawn to this one for some reason. Okay, so you're saying that your son's best friend hung himself. Was there any question around his sexuality? I want to connect to I want to connect to like an Adam or an Aaron or something along those lines. I feel like it's an A initial that I'm wanting to connect to here. Nadia, that's okay. We always have a show, and hopefully, if this idiot Andrews lets us out of this tragic state of affairs. Yeah, no, Marianne, I don't feel like I want to talk about an A initial. It's like Adam or uh, I feel like it's an A connection, an Adam or an Aaron, something like that is what I'm wanting to connect to, either living or with the person that's passed. Okay, but I do feel as if I hung myself, and I feel as if I struggled, and there may have been a question around sexuality with this, if that makes sense. My brother named a Sit. Shoshama. Do you have somebody that would have passed over by hanging themselves? No, it's not him. This person looks like they've got fair hair, okay? Guys, I'm really specific with the names, okay? And I can see that you're all putting up names there trying to grab it, but I really feel like I've got an A initial and I have to connect to an A initial. Shishama, okay. Okay, so Shami, so you can place the A initial and you can also place the hanging in 2017. Can you place the questions around sexuality? But that may not be known either, okay? The person that I've got, I feel as if they're quite slim and quite tall as well. Quite slim and quite tall. They do have a shyer quietness about them. And I'm just trying to get some more information off this spirit. So they know they're quite tall, and I know that they're quite slim. I have to talk about a hanging, and I feel like there's questions around sexuality, and yeah, Shushma. So you can take most of that, can't you? Okay. So it's between Carrie and Shushma, I think it is. So light colored hair, kind of like a brownie colored hair, Jacinta. I'm the way that I'm actually seeing it, like a brownie colored hair. I can't see any facial hair on him, and I feel too that there may have been like a dark colored eyes as well. I feel like his eyes were quite dark. And I have to talk about changing carpet as well, guys. So have any of you changed your carpet this week? Have any of you like put in a new rug or ripped up a rug or played with carpet or flooring or something like that? And he had it. He had an earring, guys, as well. Okay, so he's showing me an earring, and he has a beautiful, like, really nice lips too. Okay, really nice lips. Carrie, I've got you sitting up there at the moment, but I know that this guy is wanting to come forward. Yeah, I feel like his eyes are dark. Shushma, have you been moving carpet? Like, can you replacing rugs or carpet in the last month? Or something like that, or choosing carpet, or something to do with flooring. Okay, can somebody place that? I got rid of my rug 2 weeks ago. And I know that he's got an earring, and we're still in the running between Carrie and Shushma here. So I know that he had an earring, and I know that he's got very beautiful lips. They're like almost too feminine to be masculine lips, the way I want to put it. So he has a beautiful smile. He's very gentle. He's very passive, the way that I want to see him. He's got quite large hands though, and quite gentle hands, and I feel as if you know, they're calming, if that makes sense. I also feel he would have played an instrument as well, so I'm not quite sure whether he played the piano or the guitar, but I feel as if he did play an instrument, and that music was special to him as well. So guys, Alessandra, Carrie, and Shushma, can you place that information? Okay, we've got the rug and the carpet. Okay, so Shushma's no earring, right? So okay, so we're gonna go back here then. So Carrie, can you place that? Can you place him playing a musical instrument? He's talking about a musical instrument, and I'm seeing, yeah. Okay, Carrie, so you can talk about that. And would it make sense that he had two siblings as well, Carrie? That he left two siblings behind? And I feel like there's one of each, a male and a female. Okay, so I want to talk about two children or two kids. And I am feeling that it's a male and a female. Okay. Okay, yeah, Carrie, I feel like I'm with you. Okay, so I know that this boy, I was going to say, so I know that the person that I've got is male. I know that he's tall and slim, and he's got light-ish colored hair, but he's got dark eyes. I know that he played a musical instrument, and I was seeing the guitar, so I know that it was musically. But I also feel that there may have been questions around sexuality, and he wants to acknowledge two siblings. Okay, so I have to acknowledge that. All right. I feel as if his father was quite a strong person also. And I'm just feeling as if that strength was overbearing for him at times. And, I just feel like it really bothered him because he was quite sensitive. And I just feel like, he was constantly looked down on, if that makes sense. Like he never felt like he was good enough or that he was able to be good enough. And I just feel like he was competing, or he felt as if he was competing against everybody else. Lost in the world is the word that he's giving me. So I have to acknowledge that. Lost in the world. He's such a deep thinker, and over thought process is what's actually going on as well. He may have also been having some counseling at some time, or at the time of his passing. There may have been somebody that he either spoke to or let know or let on about that he wasn't doing as well as what he should have do. What sort of English is that? And so I have to acknowledge that. And I also see that, my mind is just like, how can I get out of this? So whatever he was going through in his mind, in his mind's eye, he was just trying to find a way out of it, and he just couldn't come to a solution that was going to be amicable and acceptable. So whatever he was facing, yeah, that's what I feel. Such a gorgeous guy, this one, and I really feel he went too soon. And had somebody, been able to jump in there and help him out a little bit, he might have been able to get through. I also feel like he had a female best friend as well. Okay, and I still feel as if there was, questions around sexuality, but I also have to acknowledge too. And look, this might be a little bit sensitive for public media, but I'm going to say it anyway. And I'm just going to give everybody a word of caution. Okay, this is what he's telling me. This is not something I'm making up. How they say it is how I pass it across. I have to acknowledge abuse there, and I feel it's sexual abuse of some sort that he may have had done to him, if that makes sense. So I don't know, Carrie, whether you can place that, but I have to acknowledge some sort of sexual abuse that may have happened with this young lad, and that was part of what was actually going on, and a solution he couldn't come up with. Okay, the message that he's wanting to pass across is for you just to remember your strengths. Okay, so many people look at their weaknesses, and I feel like what he's actually wanting to do, guys, is address everybody that's on this page tonight, and he's just wanting to say to you, address your strengths. Don't look at your weaknesses. Okay, there are so many times that we look at our weaknesses, we look at our flaws, we look at we're not good enough, and all it does is get us down and buries us. And what he's saying is that you can't let other people's judgment bury who you are. You can't let other people's judgment stop you from growing. And if he knew then what he knows now, he's just saying that things may have been a little bit different. So the message that he's wanting to pass across to you, Carrie, and to everybody else that's listening, God love him, he's just put you all in the same bracket as a blanket message, is that look at your positives, don't look at your negatives. Just keep going forward. And when you're feeling down, think of something positive, find something good in each and every day. Don't go to bed feeling low, don't go to bed feeling not good enough, don't go into bed wanting more. Okay, he really wants to reach out to everybody and say before you go to sleep at night, choose the positive for the day. Before you wake up and get out of bed in the morning, set your intention for the day. Because life is really short, and when he knows a lot more now that he's over, but I'm just feeling that's the message that he's wanting to bring to the platform tonight. So Carrie, if you can pass on to his siblings, and also take the message for yourself as well. He's absolutely a beautiful guy, and he's so compassionate and loving, and he's always present, if that makes sense. So He's just wanting to pass that guidance across. And I feel, Carrie, there's a picture of him too. And I don't know whether it's a picture of you and him that he's remembering, but he's just wanting to acknowledge that sometimes, saving yourself is actually taking control of your life. And this was what he did. So that's how he did it. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. And I'm going to just pause the spirits for a second and let's do some card readings and lighten that energy up, because goodness me, what a beautiful guy he was. We've had some beautiful spirits tonight, and it's such a pleasure to be able to bring them forward for each and every one of you. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, what a sweetie. Tamara, okay. All right, let's go with some cards, shall we? That's so sad. All right, Tamara, your card is competition, summon courage and self-confidence. Okay, so this is what your card is. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful illustration. And what I'm seeing with this one is that, you need to not focus on what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just focus on you and what you need to do in order to succeed. If there are people around you that are kind of doing similar things, take it take it as a challenge. Okay, don't look at it as if they're gonna take away your business or anything like that. Just take it as if it's healthy competition. Okay, and if somebody copies you, take that as a compliment. Okay, because I just feel like sometimes we need something to bounce off, and we need something to learn off. So when we're cranky at other people, we can certainly learn a lesson in sort of like what we're lacking in, if that makes sense. So what I'm actually wanting to say with you is that sometimes you have to have confidence in yourself, that you can actually achieve and that you can actually do what you are planning on doing. You don't sit back and watch what everybody else is doing and then wish you could be doing something when you're actually doing nothing at all, if that makes sense. Just bring that strength and competition forward. That this one's got the peacock in it, and that is about confidence. It's about flying up that tail and trying to bring in that peahen, if that makes sense. And so it's almost like fly your own flag. Okay. And really use competition around you as healthy competition. Use it as inspiration, as guidance, and just keep going. I feel like there's going to be some choices coming up for you in regards to work and employment, but I also feel like competition within the family could be healthy as well. So I'm not quite sure what that competition is in the family, but I just want to say to you, like, don't let it eat you away. Just keep going, keep moving forward, and just trust that Spirit's got you on the right path. Okay, because they have. The choices that you're making are the right ones for you now, and I know that some of them have been a little bit unorthodox in their approach, and some people may have been going like, really, is that what you're going to do? But yes, the answer is yes, that's exactly what you're going to do. And so I can see leaps and bounds coming forward for you. I also see the Fool card, Tamara, as I'm jumping into your energy, the Fool card in the tarot, and it's about new journeys and new beginnings. You've got absolutely everything that you need for your journey in your rucksack on your back. You've got your dog by your side, which is your loyalty, and dogs also are about leading you to another dimension, or leading you on another path, if you want to say. So new beginnings, and just trust that everything is where it needs to be. So have the confidence to take that leap of faith and move forward. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and let's have a look here, see where else I can go. Hi, Gail. Welcome from Adelaide. Annie, how are you? Blessings to you too. Alessandra, I feel like the car I'm looking at is white or grey. I feel like it's white or grey, and I'm seeing a question mark around it. So I'm not quite sure whether that's the right one for you. But I'm seeing a white car or a light coloured car, and I see a question mark around it. So my only advice to you would be to make sure that you're getting what they're advertising. That's the only guidance that I can give you on that one. Okay. Gail, welcome. All right, guys, I'm going to where I'm drawn to. Remember, that doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It just means that, you know, where I have to actually go. Katrina, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that everything's okay. Celio, Nella, no, your mum's fine with you, okay? Any unresolved issues, they settle. You know, they're human issues, and when they go over to the other side, they're you know, just in their beautiful essence of who their soul is, if that makes sense. And all of that anger and frustration and hurt, they're all human emotions, and you know, no, they don't have those when they go over. So all they have is unconditional love for what's left behind. And I know that she loves you unconditionally. So yeah, you don't have to worry about whether she doesn't like you or not. David, you wanting to know how to buy these cards? Is that what you're asking me? All right. Gail, I'm going to pull this card for you. Seven deadly sins. Okay, Gail. Seven deadly sins. What I'm don't know what that is. I've just put it over my leg. What I'm actually seeing is don't be tempted. Okay, don't be tempted just because it's waved in front of you. Okay, I'm a really big believer in learning from the past, Gail. And you know, I learned long ago that if you want something different from your life, you have to do something different to get it. And so I feel like you're sort of like at that crossroad at the present time. And I do feel that there's decisions that are needing to be made. But I always want to say, don't be tempted by the past, okay? Don't be tempted by the past. And I just want to say to you, just keep moving forward. The seven deadly sins talk about humanity's destructive traits. And I feel like as I'm reading your card, I'm seeing the coyote. And the coyote is, and also, you know, the dingo, as Scott spoke about last week, is almost like about outsmarting yourself and, you know, seriously like running around in circles and biting your own tail. And I want to say to you, Gail, don't go back to old programs. Don't let people push your buttons, okay? Don't destroy the hard work that you've done to get this far, if that makes sense. You know, break old programs, break old addictions, break old, you know, break old anything, whatever you have to break in order for you to move forward and leave the past in the past. But the big one on this one is don't be tempted, okay? Because I'm feeling as if you're wanting to make it this time and that you're really wanting to move forward. And the only way that you're going to do that is to not grab onto, you know, those destructive traits. So I hope that makes sense for you. And I don't know whether you're trying to give up smoking or something like that, but I just want to say to you, don't look back, keep moving forward, and you know, don't go back to those old ways. You know, you want something different, you got to do something different to get it. Let me see what else here. There's a few otters in this card as well, which talks about women's medicine. So it's about honoring who you are as a woman. But it's also talking about transmutation. I'm going to go with Scott's animal readings and the way that he reads things at the present time. So it's a lesson brought forward from last week, but there's butterflies in this as well, which is transformation. And remember, we spoke about that last week about, you know, going into that chrysalid stage, and, you know, it takes such an effort for that little grub to push itself out and become a butterfly. And, you know, nothing worth having is easy. Okay, so just remember that, Gail. Nothing worth having is easy. There's lots of rainbow colors in this card too. I'm going to show you the card again. There it is. Okay, lots of rainbow colors in there. Blue skies and green grass. So everything is where it needs to be. There's lots of abundance. Okay, you know, and if you can have a look at this card, it's almost like she's pushing back the past that she's come from. She's pushing it back with that new energy. And if you have a look at how dark that card is, and it's almost like, you know, the creatures of the past are coming out to get her. But you know, just don't look backwards, just keep going forwards. Okay, you know, the one thing that I'm feeling a little bit stifled with is where I belong, and that's the question that I'm wanting to ask myself, where I belong. You know, because as I'm having a look at this card, the one thing that she is pushing away is industrialism. Okay, it's about, you know, the city and the commercialism and the industrialism, and it's about, you know, the fog and the smog and the hustle and the bustle. And I feel like, you know, everybody has been affected by this COVID thing in one way or another, and it's really, you know, forced all of us to have a look at ourselves and forced us to find where we belong and what we want in our life. And I'm just feeling that you need greener pastures, Gail. You need to put your feet on the earth, and you need to actually ground yourself a little bit more, but don't go backwards. Okay, you're not going to achieve anything by going backwards, and so just keep moving forwards. Focus, you know, where the head leads, the body follows. So where your mind is taking you, just remember that your body's going to follow. So I'm going to leave you with that one. Oh my God, I haven't heard that for ages. Jacinta, anti-disestablishmentarianism. I have not heard that for such a long time. But there you go. It's one of the biggest. I think it's the biggest word in the dictionary, isn't it? Anti-disestablishmentarianism. There you have it. Mame, how are you? Where are you from? I'm virtually on my own, married, and he doesn't care. Gail, then you've got to sort that out. Okay, you've got to either make him care or invoke him to care, or you've got to sort of like move on your own path and your own journey, because he's control of himself. So you have to control yourself, if that makes sense. You didn't think I pronounced that, did you? These cards, David, they are by Gay Guthrie, Gaye Guthrie. And it's the Mystical Wisdom deck. Mystical Wisdom deck. And let me find where you can get them. Just give me 2 seconds. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, I'm just going to type it here, right? I'm going to put it down here, and it is, David, this is where you can get it. What's it called? Mystical Wisdom. By, what's her name? Gaye Guthrie. And you can get it from I'm typing this in, so bear with me. What's the phone number? Bear with me, guys. If anybody wants these cards, you can grab this as I put it up as well. Okay, so there you go. Right, okay, I've wrapped it up there for you. I think I have. David? There you go. Grab it off there, okay? So you can order these cards through Shambhala Books and Gifts in Berry, New South Wales. And the number's 0244641916. And ask for Naomi. She'll probably kill me, but hey, ask for Naomi and they will sort you out with those cards. Crosby, how are you? Okay. Maria, I'm going to go with you for a second. All right, guys, 20 minutes left, okay? Probably going to finish a little bit earlier than that, so I might do 3 more reads or 2 more reads, and I'll answer some yes/no questions. How about that? 2 more cards read and some yes/no questions. That way everybody can have some guidance, okay? Okay, David. Yeah, just ring Naomi, and she'll be able to organize those for you. Maria, resilience, rise above. Okay. Rise above tribulations. I think this is a message for everybody as well, okay, to rise above tribulations. Spirit's really coming forward for a lot of you, to embrace a lot of you tonight. So I'm really feeling as if it's for everybody and not one person in specific. So Maria, I'm going to center this around you, but I'm also going to embrace everybody else that's on tonight as well, because I really feel as if, you know, resilience, rise above tribulations, and we all have to be resilient in this time. And I think, you know, together as a unified world, we can all make things happen. You can either choose to go down the staircase or you can choose to go up the staircase. It's kind of like the old, is the glass half full, is it, you know, or is it half empty? It's how you see the world and how you see the opportunities near and around you. And so I just want to say to you, like I said to everybody before, choose the good things, okay? Choose the good things. And you know, just keep moving forward, okay? Just take one step at a time. You know, you might fall down the steps, but then you take a step up, if that makes sense. And you know, just wait and see there. Bridie, I can see your message, okay? You know, as I explained to you before, you've had many messages from me over the months, and I go with spirit, okay? It's not who I'm picking and choosing with. I don't have any favorites. I'm just going where I'm guided to. So just stick it out there, Bridie. You know, remember that, you know, there's messages for everybody in every read, and, you know, you take it and, you know, you apply it to your life, and you apply it to the guidance that you're needing. But yeah, just bear with me, okay? Renee, okay, the message and the card that I've got here is about potential, and this card's come up today already as well, and it's talking about thinking big for your future, okay? And I mentioned this one a little bit earlier about thinking big. You know, see the bigger picture. Don't just see a part of it. You want to see, you know, the final outcome. When when you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, you look at the bigger picture, and you're putting in it piece by piece, and that's how you need to see the world and what you're wanting to achieve. You know, you might be knocking it off, you know, piece by piece, but you always have to have in mind the bigger picture of where you're going, where you're heading, and what you're wanting to move towards, or move towards at, if that makes sense. And so I'm just feeling as if, you know, sometimes you sort of like only looking at the little things, and I want you to sort of like, you know, look at the big things as well. So many of us get caught up in the little intricate details, and we spend so much time on the little intricate details that we actually forget about the bigger things, and we forget to look at the bigger picture. You know, we forget to look at what's near and around us, because we're so focused on, you know, being hurt by this, or, being hard done by that, and we're not looking at the bigger picture of the blessings that are near and around us. And so, Renee, I just want to say, take your blinkers off and have a look at a broader focus and look at the abundance that you do have in your life. Life is an opportunity, so take every opportunity that comes your way, and don't look backwards, guys. I think this is really important. Don't look backwards, always move forwards. Okay. The snow globe here has got this beautiful angel in it. Okay, so I know that divine guidance is at play here, and there's a whole lot of little mystical creatures in this card as well. Don't know if you can see it, but there are a whole lot of mystical creatures in this card. And so I just want to say, embrace the magic. Embrace the magic that this world has to offer. And life can be dull and boring, or it can be full of color and abundance and unification. And I just feel that you can hide away and disconnect yourself from everybody and push them all away, or you can embrace it and bring people into your life. And I just want to say to you, get out there, Renee, put yourself out there a little bit more than what you have been, and just know that where you're going, it is going to be a pretty incredible experience. I want to put you on the next side of May next year. So whatever's happening in your life, I want to put on the other side of May next year, and I think that you're going to be looking at a totally different picture. So potential is there. Think big for your future, and embrace all opportunities that are coming your way. So I'm gonna leave that there for you, Renee. What do we got here? Crosby saying, would love to study. Hello, Ireland. How you going? New York, how are you going? I love it when you guys come online. Wakey. You all got your coffees in your hand. Are you working today, or is it Sunday? No, it's Sunday for you guys. What are you doing on a Sunday? Ireland and New York. All right. Right, Annie, let's have a look. Is that cute little baby in the water there? Is that your grandbaby or your child? What are we looking at? Strong black coffee. Wake up, Lena. All right, the card that I have for you, Annie, is celebration. Let go and have fun. Okay, life's too serious. Okay, life is too serious. What Spirit is saying is just let it go and have some fun. Sometimes when we find resistance, we hang on to things and we shake, and that's even the smallest thing will become heavy if you have to hang on it for a ridiculous amount of time. And so I just want to say surrender. Just let it go, as Elsa says, and let it flow. Okay, just let it go. I always say go where the wind blows me. For years and years I fought it. For years and years I sort of like resented it, and now I just think, well, you know what, whatever comes my way, wherever I'm meant to be, that's where I'm gonna go. Sugar mama, yep, only for a little bit. So I just want to say to you, Annie, celebrate life. Let it take you on a new adventure. Let it show you the world. Let it show you new experiences. Because let me tell you guys, when Spirit comes forward to me and they come to speak to me, or they come to speak to you, what they actually show me is the memories. Okay, that is the biggest thing that they show me, the memories. And I can tell you now that you can't take your money with you, and you can't take you can't take your friends, and you can't take your loved ones in the physical world with you. You can't take your possessions. You can't take your animals. You can't take your sports cars. You can't take your fancy jobs that earn you millions of dollars. You can't take any of that with you. But what you do take, and what they do show me, is the memories. And so life is about creating memories. And so I always say to people, when you're talking about birthday presents and Christmas presents and all of these things, materialistic rubbish is just rubbish. Okay, we like the commodities and all that sort of stuff, but give somebody an experience they're going to remember, because when they go to the other side, that's what they come forward with. Our souls retain the memories. Okay, that's what they retain. And so it's really important that we make as many memories as we possibly can. We take every opportunity as we can. We take every experience that we possibly can and celebrate life rather than looking at it and just working our guts out for a mortgage and a life that just becomes so mundane and miserable. How many people have got mortgages that they just struggle with every single week, and they never have an experience? They never go anywhere. They never do anything. They never, they never experience life the way that they should. Money only buys you choice. It doesn't buy you happiness. So start to live your life, Annie. Okay, start to live your life, and it doesn't have to cost you an absolute fortune. It could be looking up at the stars at night instead of looking at the ground. Get some sun on your face instead of being stuck in an office all day. Make some time for yourself. Be at one with yourself. Listen to some music. What makes your heart sing? Enjoy life. Get up in the morning and go, right, today I'm going to do this, something amazing for myself. And before you go to bed each night, give thanks for the blessings that it was. Life's for living, okay? The memories is what spirit takes over with them when they go to the other side. And it's those memories that they connect back to us so that I can pass to you and go, hey, grandma's here, or, your cousin's here, or your son's here, or your daughter's here. So just be aware, guys. It's the memories that we need to make, because that's what is important. Okay, that's the last card reading that I'm going to do for tonight. Mystical Wisdom cards. I put them up, so just scroll back and you'll be able to find how to get hold of those. Shambhala Books and Gifts in Berry, New South Wales. Naomi or Ange will be able to help you out with those. So I'm going to quickly do some yes/no questions. So who has a question? Geraldine, where are you from? Bridie. Okay, Bridie, I'm just seeing some juggling with you at the present time. So I don't know whether you're juggling with things mentally or if you're juggling with ideas, but I'm seeing the juggling balls, and I just want to say to you, just stop. Okay, you're taking on too much at the present time, and you need to just focus on one thing at a time and stop trying to do everything all at the same time. Okay, you're from the Netherlands. Wow, how cool is that? Is it cold over there at the minute? Ariane, yes, I feel like it will be, but I feel like you need to do some market research, and I feel like you need to have some good foundations in place. So what I'm being guided to say to you is have a look at other businesses that are similar and see how they're running it, okay? Because I'm just feeling as if there's something that you haven't thought about that's going to be instrumental in succeeding, in bringing success to your business. Crosby, I think everybody should move to Brisbane. Everybody should move to Brisbane. I'm not getting Christmas though, okay? I feel like that's the wrong time to move, but certainly, warmer climate is going to do you better, okay? Geraldine is saying it's nice autumn weather. Wonderful. Will I find a partner? Hello from Brisbane. I'm stuck and I don't know what to do next. Okay, Geraldine, sit in silence, okay? Don't worry about what's coming in next and just focus on the now, because I'm feeling as if Spirit's put a pause in your world because you've just been so fast in the past. And that kind of rhymed, didn't it? Fast in the past. And I just want to sort of like focus on just being silent, being still. You can hear so much in silence, and I just feel like you need to go into yourself. So don't worry, Spirit will move things on soon enough. And I just want to say, just sit there for a minute. You're not stuck, you're in a pause, okay? So, go within, focus on you, and do some meditation, do some quiet work. And when you're ready, Spirit will move you forward. So don't stress out, okay? Don't stress out. Bec, no, I don't see you moving house this year. I'm sorry. I just feel like doing anything this year is a waste of time. But I'm getting a no on that one, sweetheart. Melanie Williams, will I ever buy a house? Would it ever be possible? I think it's going to come down to choice, Melanie. You know, what you can afford, what you need, as opposed to the freedom that, you know, flexibility brings. So at the minute, I'm going to say a no on that one. But don't forget, guys, this is where things are right here and right now, okay? As I'm stepping in on a psychic level, you have to remember that this is how it sits right here and right now, but it's not definitive. Okay, it's not set in concrete, it's fluid, and you are in control of your own lives. Okay, so I'm just saying, just settle down and you know, just take the next step. Don't worry about the future just yet. Katrina, it's never going to hurt to cleanse a house. Okay, we've always got negative energy, we've always got negative emotion, we've always, you know, it doesn't hurt to bring in the light and bring in that clean energy, so go for it. I would love to know if my cousin is really okay. Kate, your cousin's fine. Okay, let me have a look here. Will I ever get to do my pitch for my child protection tech business soon? Oh, that sounds really interesting. Yes, I think you will. I think it'll come out of left field though, so just wait on that one. I feel like it's not going to be seen by who you think it will be seen. No, that doesn't make sense right now, but I just feel as if it's not what you think. Okay, it's not what you think. I feel like yes, it will be seen, but not by who you're looking at, if that makes sense. I feel like, Lisa, your new job is a transitional job, and there'll be one after that that you'll settle into. Kate, she's fine, you know, and it's her choice at the end of the day. All you can do is support and love her and hold up that energy for her and just let her know that, you know, there's a safe space when she needs it. You know, Deb, I'm not sure on that one, Deb. I've got a big question mark around Thanksgiving. Spirit's not giving me a definitive answer. I feel like I'm in between at the moment. I feel like it's dependent on somebody else, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's you. I think it's dependent on somebody else. Grandbabies anytime soon. I would say within 2 years, Carrie. I'm seeing the number 2, so I would say within 24 months. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I'm going to wish you all really well. If you've liked tonight and you want to have a private reading with me, please contact office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com. That's office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com. I have some availabilities. It's scattered throughout the next couple of weeks, and more than happy to read for any one of you. I am $150 for a session, guys, okay? And that is kind of below standard, really. I've lowered my prices so that it is affordable for people, or I have $85 for half an hour, okay? Because a lot of people message me and go, how much are you? And, you know, I know a lot of readers that are $200, $250, $350, up to $500, $600. So, you know, I like to try and make it affordable for people, but you know, I also have worked really hard to get to the level that I'm at, and done a lot of courses and you know, a lot of hard work to get to where I am, and it is my profession. So I do have to charge you guys. I do a lot for free and for charity as well. Last night, you know, the percentage of our take-ins went to the Rebecca Jane Foundation, which provides funerals for babies or for families whose babies had passed over and the families are not able to provide for a funeral. So our funding went last night. A percentage of the funding went to the beautiful Rebecca Jane Foundation, providing funerals for babies that have passed over and whose families cannot afford the funeral. So that's what we raised a little bit of money for last night in our donations. So yeah. Look at you guys go. So yeah, guys, back on again on Monday. So what am I talking Monday? That's tomorrow. Wednesday, 12 o'clock, midday. I'm going to jump on there, and we're going to do some more readings. We're going to do some more lives. We're going to do some questions and answers, and we're going to have a really good time, okay? Do I want to buy some Tupperware? No, Jacinta, you can take your super color fragilistics, whatever it was. You cracked me up. Does anybody want to buy Tupperware? Jacinta's offering Tupperware. What a laugh. All right, guys. I'm going to head off now. And I just want to wish you all lots of love and blessings for your week. Have an incredible week. Stay safe. Okay. Don't do anything silly. And remember to look up at the stars. Okay. And if you can't look up at the stars, then be one. All right, guys. I'm out. Talk to you on Wednesday. And yeah, if you want to book a reading, you know how to get me. Talk to you soon. See you later.